Having trouble selling your radio station website? Today, we'll introduce you to a few ad networks to do the selling for you.
This is Better Radio Websites, the podcast for radio professionals who want to see their website generate more traffic and revenue. Each week, your host, Jim Sherwood, and his special guests give you time-tested tips and secret tricks to ensure your radio station dominates digital in your market. Here we go.
Hi, it's Jim, and welcome to Better Radio Websites, the podcast that helps you get the most from your radio station website, regardless if you partner with a service or if you do it completely DIY. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us today. Well, today we are talking about banner ad networks that can help you generate passive income with your radio station website. This means you don't have to do the selling at all. They put the banner ads on your website and you make money from that. Now, ideally, you'll have a team of sellers that are excited to sell your website on the street. But if you have great content to offer and have trouble in that department, well, these ad networks can help your website generate revenue while your team kind of gets up to speed. I'll tell you right now, don't expect a lot of money from these ad networks. You'll never get the money that you would receive selling the ad spaces yourself locally. But these can supplement the revenue that you're already, hopefully, generating. So what are ad networks? Well, for all intents and purposes, ad networks work as a mediator to introduce the right impression to the right buyer. Inside the ad network, you're either an advertiser looking to advertise on a wide variety of websites, or you're a publisher, like us, wanting these ads put on their website so we can generate more money. Ad networks generally pay out in one of two ways, CPM or CPC. Now, CPM is cost per thousand impressions. That means they don't pay anything at all unless this ad has seen 1,000 impressions or page views. There's also CPC, cost per click. That means you don't get paid unless somebody clicks on it, no matter how many impressions. Now, nothing needs to be sold on the website that they're going to. You don't make a commission or anything like that. Very simply, you get paid by the click or by the view. Now, different AdWorks have different parameters in which they pay out, but most of them will pay out if either happens, whether the ad gets 1,000 impressions and if the ad gets a click. So that is really kind of what you're looking for there if somebody that pays out on both of those. I will tell you this before you even get excited about generating more revenue on your website, that content is crucial. Most banner ad networks really only cater to big traffic websites. I think 500,000 visitors per day. How does that compare to your radio station website? Well, there are many banner ad networks that you can plug into with no minimum visitors, but getting these networks to pay off really depends on your content. Frequently updated content that attracts visitors on the daily. Now, if your website is getting very minimal visitors and you plan on keeping it kind of that way, not doing any content or, keeping it fresh, well, then a banner ad network is not going to help you at all because they pay for traffic. And if you don't have the traffic, they simply don't pay. A lot of them will just drop you and you won't ever even know it. And so you should have fresh content that drives those click numbers. I mean, if they're only paying cost per 1,000 impressions and your website is only getting 20 or 50 impressions per week, you can see how many weeks it's going to take you to generate maybe 50 cents or $1. All right. And like I said, these banner ad networks, they don't pay out a whole lot. But if you do have a lot of traffic, that builds over time. And we've seen radio stations generate hundreds of dollars per month just by Google Adsense. And so there is money to be made. Now, whenever we talk about monetizing websites, that Google Adsense is really the first name that pops up. It's the world's largest ad network. There's lots of training on YouTube to help you get the most out of AdSense, but there are a few drawbacks to Google AdSense. For one, your website must be well established. AdSense will simply not approve you if your website is brand new or if your website has no content that's been updated in the last little while. I mean, they're a search engine, so they've already viewed your entire website in the background. They're robots and whatnot. And so they know when's the last time that you updated something on your website. And so what they'll do is they'll look at that. And if you haven't updated your website in 2 or 3 months, they just simply won't approve you. Also, your website must be updated regularly with fresh content. And fresh content really is the key word there in that phrase, because they're going to see if you update your website often, and it's got to be fresh content. If you're importing a bunch of content from somewhere else, give it really a network that allows you to import content. They will see that as content that's already on one to two to hundreds or thousands of other websites, and they will simply look at you as somebody who's trying to manipulate the system, and they will not approve your website. We've actually seen radio station websites get denied Google AdSense because they started importing content from ABC and Pulse and other RSS feeds. All right, so you have to keep that in mind also. Now, if you're wanting to run a local news talk website or a community news portal that your radio station website is actually on, then you're not going to have a problem. But you'll just have to wait, a few weeks until your website is established with good content in order to sign up for Google AdSense. There are others, lots of other banner ad networks out there. But in this episode, we're going to run down 5 alternative banner ad networks to Google AdSense. Now, this is not a top 5 list. It's just 5 networks that we found with no minimum traffic requirements. And they should be able to help you get started generating revenue as soon as possible. We've actually signed up for a couple of these. And the next step is really all we needed to do is put that code on our website. We didn't actually do that since we don't have a radio station website, but these could help you, okay? Now, if you do a Google search for banner ad networks for publishers, you're going to find hundreds of them. Lots of different blog posts out there will list the top 5 or the top 10 for this, or the best networks for 2021 or 2022. But these are just 5 that we found that looked very, very cool. And we'll provide links to these in the show notes. All right, number 1 is media.net. Media.net serves ads from Yahoo Bing contextual ad network. That comprises of a large pool of national and local advertisers. It ensures a 100% fill rate across verticals and ad formats. Some of Media.net's publishers include Forbes, Elle, Cosmopolitan, and even CNN. Besides supporting the typical display units, they also support in-content native contextual ads and mobile docked ads. So that may be something that you want to look at if you are allowing the network to place ads throughout your website on automatic. Most of the times you won't want to do this, but sometimes you will. And so that is an option with Media.net. It's also an option with Google AdSense, but we've seen Google AdSense actually put ads in the middle of places where it didn't really look like the website it just didn't look right. The ad was bigger than the logo and the small local ad at the top. It just didn't flow very well. All right, so you want to be careful if you're going to turn on automatic with any of these ad networks. All right, number 2 is Adcash. Adcash offers all the best performing ad formats for both web and mobile monetization, including pop-under, native ads, push notifications, and banners. And it's pretty cool to note that their ad placement technology bypasses a lot of ad blockers, which is very, very cool. Publishers can expect flexible payment terms, real-time stats, and great support from Adcash. All right. Number 3 is PropellerAds. PropellerAds supports typical banner ad sizes and in-banner video ad formats. So that's something to look at. If the ads are positioned strategically, publishers can expect CPMs as much as $1 to $2 for U.S. inventory. That means every time that you have 1,000, you can expect either $1 to $2. A lot of times it's 50, 60, something cents, that sort of thing. You may want to see what the CPMs are on each of these networks to make sure that you're getting the most bang for your buck, or their buck. PropellerAds has about 80,000 active campaigns worldwide, and they perform manual checks to remove all unsafe and suspicious advertisers, therefore ensuring higher ad quality. Moreover, publishers get the benefit of 100% monetized inventory, in-time payouts, a personal account manager, and detailed real-time reporting. Now, you can get paid on automatic, too, with payouts every Thursday. Number 4 is HillTopAds, and this is one of the 5 here that I've actually signed up for, and all I have left to do is put a little piece of code on my website, and then I'm up and going. Super easy. I want to say that entire process took about 5 minutes to get signed up, verify email, and to get to the point to where they're saying, oh, okay, put this on your site and you can start serving ads. Very, very simple. They say no minimum, but they work a whole lot better on medium to high traffic websites. HillTopAds is also popular for their anti-ad blocking technology to help publishers save the revenue often lost due to ad blockers, just like Adcash that we mentioned. Another cool thing about HillTopAds is that their network allows publishers to submit more than one website within one account. So if you have multiple websites, you can track everything within one account there. So that's pretty cool. Last on our list today of ad networks is number 5, AdMaven. AdMaven has been called the best pop-under ad network for publishers. The network also serves mainstay display ads like banners, light boxes, and slider ads. They serve hundreds of millions of ad impressions in about 200 countries. Now, this bandwidth and their reach of impressions gives advertisers a wide range of options to explore geo-targeting. It's kind of cool because what will happen if somebody pulls up your website overseas, they'll see an ad for over there. They won't see an ad for over here. So that's pretty cool. Their well-constructed and structured real-time bidding system also helps in precise targeting as well. Now, that is more on the advertiser side. Currently, AdMaven has a publisher base of about 25,000 who are monetizing their websites with them. So maybe not as much as some of the other ones, but if they're really targeting geo-targeting, it may be even better for your website to have that in place. All right, so those are the 5 alternatives to AdSense, and really just the tip of the iceberg. Do a search for best ad networks for publishers, and you'll find literally hundreds more. Just do your research on each one of those. Pay very close attention to their requirements, because some may look a whole lot better than others, but they may require a certain minimum number of visitors to your website on a daily basis. Some do not allow imported content from somewhere as news posts. No matter which one you choose, the right ad network can help your radio station monetize your content and fill in the holes left open by your sales team. All right. Again, content is the first step in this process of making more money. It all starts with content, and it all starts with visitors coming to get to that content. I hope these ad networks help you make more money with your radio station website. If they do, we'd love to hear about your success stories. Reach out to us at skyrocketradio.com. Have an awesome week online making your radio station website better. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to Better Radio Websites. Inspired by today's episode? Be sure you are subscribed and share this episode with a friend. Visit skyrocketradio.com/podcasts for more episodes as well as show notes for this episode. Need help starting or making your station website better? Visit skyrocketradio.com.